And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ives Lamel Family Field on the campus of Brevard College. The season debut for the Brevard College Tornadoes football program as they host Shorter University, Shorter making the trip from Rome, Georgia. We had quite a bit of rain earlier this morning. Things have cleared up a bit, but it's still humid, overcast, and bottom line is time to start some football. Toe will meet leather in approximately 13 minutes or so, and we'll get this thing underway. The 2022 season, Brevard looking to sustain its unmatched level of recent success. 3 consecutive winning seasons for the first time in program history. 6 conference wins last season, another program record, and a large portion of that roster these last couple years is back this year, along with some exciting newcomers. Tornadoes under the direction of head coach Bill Kyatt. So let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Brevard College Tornadoes. Cedric Brooks has been named the starting quarterback for the Nados. The 6'2" senior, Cedric Brooks. Out of Portland, Oregon. So Brooks will get the start. Mitchell Yoder at running back. Jonathan Woods, the wide receiver. At the other wide receiver spot, Dalton Cole. Jaden O'Leary gets the start at tight end. Chancellor Lee Parker at fullback. And there was a kind of a late change this week in terms of the starting offensive line, kind of reconfiguring those offensive linemen for the Tornadoes. Right tackle Justin Parker will get the start there, so he shifts over from the left guard position to right tackle. Todd Norman will start at right guard. At left guard will be Andrew Bullard. And then Brandon Unangst at left tackle. So significant changes there as far as the offensive line. And perhaps the biggest change of all, a freshman, LaRodrick Rucker, will get the start at center. So we'll keep a close eye on that offensive line. And meanwhile, the defensive starters for the Tornadoes, Trey Williams, Ernest Smith II, and Wyatt Langford. The 3 up front for the Tornadoes. Linebackers Jerome Bass, R.J. Everett, Toby Naylor, and Reese Rubio. And then the Tornadoes defensively, Cam Moore and Jock Pledger, the 2 cornerbacks, and then the safeties Dylan James and Montrell Stinson. So Tornadoes and Hawks coming up shortly. The season debut for the 2022 Brevard College Tornadoes. Stick with us. We'll bring you all the action. Kickoff approximately 10 minutes away. And the Tornadoes have hit the field, ready to get started for the 2022 season. A lot of excitement heading into this year. An exciting roster has returned, along with several exciting newcomers, as the captains getting ready to head on out to midfield. For the coin toss. Still waiting on Shorter to arrive, and here they come as they head to Ives Lamel Family Field, and they have entered the building as well, making the trip from Rome, Georgia, just outside the Atlanta metro area. Sun has come out after a muggy, wet morning. And a lot of excitement here. The Hometown Heroes game as we honor first responders and servicemen and women. And what a way to kick off the 2022 season. Tornadoes will be wearing their blue uniforms with the silver pants, silver jersey numbers as well, and the silver helmets. And Shorter has entered the venue as well. So we're getting just moments away as both teams' captains ready to head on out for the ceremonial coin flip. And we'll see how that goes down here. Captains for the Tornadoes. These are some familiar names to Tornado Nation. Brandon Unanks, the offensive lineman. Toby Naylor, Jerome Bass, and Justin Parker. And now at Brevard College, we're getting closer to the pregame invocation, the starting lineup introductions in the books. But first, an important moment of silence for a Brevard College Hall of Famer, Larry Birch, who recently passed away. Hall of Fame coach and also student athlete for the Tornadoes. Huge success in men's basketball. Member of the Brevard College Tornado Athletic Hall of Fame, Coach Larry Birch. And then a second moment of silence for Dr. Stephen A. Knott, a devastating loss for the Brevard College Tornado community. Dr. Knott was the faculty athletics representative for the Tornadoes, associate professor of health and physical education, got the graduate program off the ground for the Tornadoes, and now we head into the invocation.
To help mold and shape these student athletes. And Lord, we
And now the national anthem sung by Grace Vaught, student-athlete of Brevard College.
Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Awesome job. Thank you.
So Grace Vaught with a excellent rendition of the national anthem. Great to see Grace in the house. A member of both the drumline and the women's lacrosse program. Multi-talented, handling the season opening national anthem, Star Spangled Banner here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Really happy you're able to join us for this season opening edition of Brevard College Tornado Football. The Tornadoes hosting the Hawks from Shorter University. These two teams played last year, and it went in favor of the Hawks. This game was played over in Rome, Georgia. And Tornadoes looking to avenge that defeat to Shorter last season, as the captains have met at midfield, and we'll see the result of the coin toss. President Bradley J. Andrews joining the four captains for the Tornadoes. And the coin toss with a commemorative USA South Conference coin that is new this year will be tossed. And Bradley J. Andrews assisting with those duties, the new president of Brevard College. Great crowd here at Ives Lamel Family Field. A lot of excitement, pomp and circumstance heading into this one, the season opener for the Tornadoes. And once again, the captains for the Nados, Unix, Naylor, Bass, and Parker. Andrews flips the coin. The coin toss is won by Shorter. Shorter will receive. So Shorter wins the toss. They will receive. The Tornadoes will get the ball to start the second half. And we are now just moments away from kicking off the 2022 season. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. Tornadoes and Hawks coming up shortly here, and Brevard will kick off with the Hawks receiving. All right, just moments away from getting started here. Hugo Taylor will do the honors for the Tornadoes to kick off here. And looks like number 13, Trayvon Dearden, back deep, along with number 19, Jonathan Lowe for the Hawks. And on September 3rd, 2022 at 1:03 p.m. Eastern Time, we're officially underway the 2022 season. Kickoff is returned at the 5, and then a big takedown there has Tornadoes with that special team coverage coming up big. Looked like number 9, that's a sophomore, Brooks Ashford Jr. with the tackle. So early statement by the Tornadoes. Good looking kickoff coverage there. And sets up some already difficult field position to start things off for Shorter. 1st and 10 at the 20. Starting quarterback Dennis, he ends up getting the nod for Shorter. Then a big stop there by the Tornadoes. Trey Williams was there. Also Dylan James stepping up. Somehow the Shorter gain ended up being 4 yards there despite all that pressure up front. So it's 2nd and 6 from the 24. Just underway here, second play from scrimmage. Handoff and through the middle. 32. Noah Holland, the running back. Reese Rubio getting in there on the tackle. Rubio, the senior from Beaumont, Texas. Hampshire Fannett High School. That brings up our first third down situation. 3rd and 4 from the 26. $13:45 to play here. Quarter number 1. Shotgun Dennis at quarterback. He's got 3 receivers wide. Fakes the handoff inside, and a pass breakup there. Pass was intended to Lewis and then broken up by Jock Pledger, one of the more decorated Tornadoes on that defensive side of the ball, and a big-time stop there. 3 and out for the Tornadoes defense. And an early statement both by Tornadoes special teams to create the challenging field position. Looks like Brett Bardenwerper will handle the punting duties. There's a flag on the play. And this is shanked off the right side of the foot. And we'll see what the flag's all about. So the flag was a false start penalty on Shorter. Penalty was declined. Tornadoes will happily take that starting field position. After that punt went off the side of the foot of the Shorter Hawk. 35-yard line. Great starting field position for the Tornadoes. And Cedric Brooks, the starting quarterback. We'll see who's in the backfield with him. Looks like Mitchell Yoder. Luis Alvarez lined up in the backfield as well. He splits out wide to the right. In motion, Dalton Cole, he cuts back. So 4 wide receivers set, pass in the flat there, and a completion there. Jaden O'Leary, the tight end for the Tornadoes, and put that one in the books. First pass completion for Brooks at the quarterback position and for O'Leary at the receiving position. It's a positive gainer, 6 yards on the pickup, 2nd and 4 from the 28. We'll actually make it 2nd and 3. So call it a 7-yard pickup. Woods in motion. He split out to the left along with Dalton Cole. And pass incomplete. It looked like a little bit of confusion there. Cole, Woods, and also O'Leary all in the vicinity. But signals may have gotten crossed up just a little bit there. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Stop clock at 12:39 to play here, quarter number 1. First possession for the Tornadoes, an excellent field position after the miscue in the punting game by Shorter. Brooks takes a shotgun snap, then a shuffle pass. And first touch there for an exciting freshman, sophomore newcomer for the Tornadoes, Dustin Stevens. But Shorter was all over it defensively, able to defend the shuffle pass and stop Stevens just short. He got close to the markers. And meanwhile, 4th and 1 from the 26, but we're going to bring out one of the top kickers in the nation. Stamani Damalos from 11, check that, from 43 yards out. And Whistle's kick does split the uprights. However, Whistle in a delay of game on the Tornadoes. So we'll see if Stamati stays out there for what will be that much more difficult of a kick. But once again, we're talking about one of the best kickers in the entire nation on the NCAA Division III level. And well within his range still, as from the 38-yard line will be the hold. So it'll be a kick of 48 yards. Kick is up. And good. So Stamani Damalos with the 48-yard field goal. 3-0 Tornadoes. Tornadoes strike first on the 48-yarder. Toe meets leather, and the Tornadoes with the 3-0 lead over the Hawks. So Stamani Damalos with the 48-yard field goal to put the Tornadoes up 3-0. 11:25 to play here, quarter number 1. Tornadoes strike first. Kick here. And coverage able to bring down the kick returner. That was Jonathan Lowe for Shorter. So slightly better starting field position for the Hawks in that first possession. Meanwhile, neither team has made a first down yet. Tornadoes able to cash in, however, with the field goal to take the early 3-0 lead. Meanwhile, Dennis returns as the quarterback for the Hawks. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dennis drops back. He's able to hit into the flat Holland. And Holland with a nice gain, some yards after the catch there, right around the sticks. And we'll see. Yep, it looks like they ruled it a first down, so a 10-yard gain, 1st and 10. from the 41. So first down of the game, either team. Noah Holland with the reception from Dennis. Run right up the middle, right up the gut. And a big gainer there. Once again, Holland. Cam Moore eventually brought him down, but that's a big gainer. $16 yards there for Holland. Rush up the middle again. And a gain of 2. Holland once again, so Holland getting a big dose of him thus far. Toby Naylor with the tackle there. Holland's a graduate student out of McDonough, Georgia, Locust Grove High School. 10 minutes to play here, quarter number 1. Shorter thus far with the most productive offensive drive we've seen so far. Dennis takes the shotgun snap. Throws right up the middle, able to find his tight end, Kyle Morlock. Stinson with the tackle. Montrell Stinson, the junior from Maiden, North Carolina for the Tornadoes. But meanwhile, another first down for Shorter, who continues to move the ball from left to right. And a rush here. Another tackle there for Naylor. So we believe it's number 19, Jonathan Lowe. We had a lot of roster discrepancies on the shorter side of things, still sorting out their roster, so trying to get this sorted out for you, the viewer, the best as possible. Bass and Pledger bring down Lowe that time. So first we saw a big dose of Holland, and now a dose of Lowe. 8:25 to play here. Quarter number 1. A sustained drive here for the Shorter Hawks. Devin Brown with the rush that time. Hawks getting a lot of this done on the ground. 8:02 to play. There's a stoppage. Substitute for the Tornadoes. Checking in. Looks like Taylor Willis. Second and goal from the 6. Rush to the right. It's Holland once again, and a wall of Tornadoes are there to stop that rushing attempt. So that'll bring up third and goal. We'll call it a gain of 1. So third and goal from the 5. Holland gets the carry, and he's stopped before the goal line. Gain of about 3 yards down at the 2. So decision time for the Shorter coaching staff. Fourth and goal from the 2. Some new personnel into the game for the Tornadoes. Josh Gardner amongst them in this goal line situation. And fourth and goal, rush to Holland. There's a flag on the play. Whistles before the play. We'll see what the flag's all about. So, false start on the Hawks. That's going to move them back 5 yards. And decision time yet again for the Shorter coaches. With 6:39 on the clock. So now from the 7-yard line, a 4th and goal situation. And here comes the field goal unit for the Hawks. So field goal attempt here for the Hawks coming. Nicholas Pope will do the honors, the place kicker for the Hawks. This will be from 25 yards out. And Nicholas Pope looking for the equalizer for the Hawks. Snap is clean. Kick is no good, wide right. So a short field goal attempt ends up wide right. Tornadoes dodge a bullet there as Shorter drove all the way down the field, but unable to capitalize on that opportunity. Missed field goal. Tornadoes 3, Hawks 0. .6:25 to play here, and Tornadoes take over on downs after the missed field goal, and then rush there to the left. Freddie Aiken III with his first touch of the 2022 season. Meanwhile, Chancellor Lee Parker has checked back in for the Tornadoes. And Cedric Brooks, the quarterback for the Tornadoes, after that first down run by Freddie Aiken III. Great piece of running there by Aiken. Great job by that offensive line to open up some holes there. Rush here up the middle and down at the 35-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4, so we'll call it 2nd and 6. Tackle there by Mark Harris, the Georgia native at linebacker. He's a freshman for Shorter. O'Leary in motion from his tight end position. And now in motion is Zachary Orr. A beautiful screen pass there to the right. Dalton Cole with the reception. So Cole's first catch of the 2022 season. And he's down at the 43-yard line. So an 8-yard gain, a first down for the Tornadoes, who are now moving the ball themselves. And the drum line able to respond after that Tornado first down. 4:44 and counting. And 2 first downs this possession for the Tornadoes. Brooks looks left. He's able to find an open receiver. That's Jonathan Woods across midfield, brought down there by Cedric Lynch Jr. So another productive gain there. 7 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 3. Now in Shorter territory, so from the 49. Shotgun snap to Brooks. Nifty little play there as far as the inside handoff, but Shorter was all over it. That was DJ Taylor with the carry, his first rush of the 2022 season. But that brings up a 3rd down situation for the Tornadoes. 3rd and 5 from the 49. Zachary Orr in the contest. And then a pass breakup there. Pass was intended for O'Leary. And broken up there, very nicely done by number 12 for the Hawks, Justice Ezio Conquo. He's the senior from Riverdale, Georgia, and that'll bring up the punting unit. And punt is off the foot of Nicholas Akis, down at the 30-yard line, and that's where Shorter will take over with 3:03 to play here, quarter number 1. Back underway here at Islamel Family Field, a rush there as the Hawks continue to work the ground game. Bruce Guyton Jr. Check that. Devin Brown is actually number 0, the running back. Johnny Deedle with the catch there, and another first down for the Hawks. And pass there in the flat. Incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. From the 46-yard line, Shorter drove all the way down the field using the running game primarily and then missed a field goal. Just beating the play clock there, rush right up the middle there, Devin Brown, and a late flag comes in after the 8-yard gain. Clock stopped at 2 minutes. We'll see what the flag's all about. So a late flag came in, and we'll see what that's all about. And still sorting it out there with the officiating crew. And the flag is being waved off. So no flag on the play after Tornadoes were able to stop Shorter. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2. So a 3rd and short situation seems like a critical down here momentum-wise as well. Shorter has entered Brevard territory. Rush here, Devin Brown. And that's another first down for Shorter. Little hurry up now for the Hawks, and able to avoid the pass rush. Dennis. So 1:23 on the game clock. Getting a couple things sorted out here with the referee. So penalty is declined. Or check that, actually. Legal substitution on Shorter. So they're gonna march Shorter back. The referee actually signaled the wrong way there, but and now walking back the other way, a lot of confusion out there with this officiating crew at the moment. Still trying to sort all this out for you. So it'll be, after it's all said and done, 1st and 5. So the penalty was indeed on the Tornadoes. 1st and 5 from the 33-yard line. The snap. Shuffle pass up the middle. And another first down for the Hawks. And snap here. Play action pass. Able to find an open receiver in the flat, but a drop there by Morlock. So Morlock had all sorts of daylight there, unable to pull down the reception. Meanwhile, did get a number clarification. Number 10 on offense for Shorter, Owens. So 38 seconds here, quarter number 1. So Owens had a couple touches earlier. And rush here. And Tornadoes there defensively. Tyler Harrison leading the charge. And that'll bring up another third down. 3rd and 6. Big stop there for Harrison. Senior from Franklin, North Carolina. And that looks like it'll just about do it for the first quarter, as Shorter's content letting the time run out here, and they'll think things over as far as the play call for the 3rd and 6 situation. But at the end of 1, your score, Brevard 3, Shorter 0.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
So Tornadoes will take over after that sack. And that's going to make that field goal range that much more difficult as the second quarter. Ernest Smith the second with the sack. So first sack of the 2022 season for the Tornadoes. And this is going to be a much more ambitious field goal. They missed a short one earlier. And this one after the sack will be from 46 yards. Nicholas Pope, kick is up from 46. And this one is no good. So Shorter 0 for 2 in field goal attempts. And that kick is no good. So Tornado is able to keep that 0 on the board for the Hawks. So Tornadoes will take over once again after a missed field goal. This time 1st and 10 from the 28. Brooks under center this time. And that's going to be an interception. Brooks was looking for Woods deep. And Cedric Lynch Jr. with the interception for the Hawks. Cedric Lynch Jr., the graduate from Lithonia, Georgia, transfer from Notre Dame College. And the first turnover of the contest goes the way of the Shorter Hawks. Hey, by the way, Tornadoes volleyball with a season opening win over Toccoa Falls in 4 sets. What a start for the Brevard College Tornado volleyball program under the direction of interim head coach Abby Pardee, also assistant coach Brittany Frank. So congratulations to them getting it done in Decatur, Georgia. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 from the 40 after the interception. Shotgun snap there to Dennis. Now Dennis with the deep shot, and he was looking deep. Gabriel Hill, number 14 for the Hawks, the intended receiver. Gabriel Hill, a late addition to the roster we received here in the press box. So 2nd and 10 from the 40 for Dennis and company. 4-man front for the Tornadoes. Rush up the middle. And some hard running there by Noah Holland. We've seen a big dose of Holland throughout this first half. And he's able to battle all the way to the 48. So we'll call it 2nd and 2, or check that, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 from the 48. Rush right up the middle there, and that's going to be a first down. So Shorter continuing with the power game. Tackle there by Langford after the rush by Holland. 3-0 Tornadoes, 13 minutes and change here in the second quarter. Pass to the flat there. Able to elude some defenders. And a big gain there, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Shorter Hawks. D.D. Anderson covering a lot of ground there. And the first touchdown of the game goes to the Hawks on a connection between Anderson and Dennis. And extra point off the upright, but good. So 7-0 Hawks with 12:53 to play here in the second quarter. Tornadoes will receive the kickoff after the Hawks touchdown. Your score, Shorter 7, Brevard 3. So kickoff here, it's going to be Caleb Spates for the Shorter Hawks, who have taken a 7-3 advantage. And this kick is going to be a touchback. Woods was there in the return position, but he lets it bounce through the end zone, and Tornadoes will take over. Well, glad you're able to join us. What a way to start the Brevard College Tornado football season. A festive atmosphere on the campus of Brevard College. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Brooks with a handoff there to Freddie Aiken the third. Tackle there by defensive end Alexander for the Hawks. So we'll call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 from the 29. 12:27 and counting here, quarter number 2. Hawks with a 7-3 advantage after the Anderson touchdown catch. Another running play for the Tornadoes. And another tackle there for Alexander. Murray with the rush. Alexander with the tackle. So that'll bring up a 3rd down situation. So we'll see what Coach Bill Kyatt and the offensive staff dial up for the NATOs. 11:42 to play here. Quarter number 2. Brooks takes the shotgun snap. Now going to keep it himself. And then looking for like a little pop pass there. And he may have crossed the line of scrimmage. So that might be an illegal pass there. Flags down. It looks like Brooks might have crossed that line of scrimmage when he released that ball forward. So we'll see what Shorter does. I believe they will have a decision here whether to push him back and remain 3rd down, or they can decline the penalty and it'll be 4th down, and the Tornadoes in this field position will be forced to punt. So 3 and out by the Shorter defense. And 11:30 to play here. Shorter now with a 7-3 lead. And Tornadoes punting unit with Nick Akis doing the duties. And now the penalty yardage is actually marched off as well, so it is a loss of down as well. So glad we're able to clarify that. 4th down And Akes back to punt. Punt of about 33 yards fielded there by McGill of Shorter University. So Shorter will have decent field position here to start this next drive here in the second quarter. Both teams with 3 timeouts. And Shorter with the 7-3 advantage. So Dennis will go back to work, this time with an empty backfield and 5 wide receivers, 2 split to the left, 3 to the right. Quick throw in the flat there as Dolan, the slot wide receiver, able to make the catch there for a positive gain. Toby Naylor with another tackle there for the Tornadoes. Second and 4 from the 49. Dennis, inside handoff there. Terrell Owens with the carry. Tornadoes able to sniff that attempt out pretty well. Tackle there by Taylor Willis just before the sticks, however. So it's going to be 3rd and short. And 15 on the play clock. Now 12 on the play clock after that signal came into Dennis and the Shorter offense. 4-man front for the Tornadoes. 3rd and short. Play action pass, and that's going to be a first down as D.D. Anderson able to make the catch. So D.D. Anderson able to secure the grab. He had that touchdown that gave Shorter the 7-3 lead, and Shorter moves the sticks, continues on offense here. 9:44 to play. Inside handoff. Noah Holland, who we saw a bunch of during that first quarter. That's Holland's 9th rushing attempt already for the Hawks. 9 carries, 41 yards for Holland. Early workhorse for the Hawks. Dennis, the quarterback for Shorter, 4 of 8 for 84 yards and a touchdown. 9:04 to play. Inside handoff once again to Holland. That's his 10th carry. And he's brought down, and that's going to be another first down for the Hawks. So continuing to control the action here. Another long drive developing here for the Hawks. 8:42 to play. 1st and 10 from the 19. Dennis back to pass. Looking end zone, and he's able to find Anderson. The Tornadoes thought they had broken up the pass as Anderson able to make the grab. His 2nd touchdown of the day, D.D. Anderson. And Dennis and Anderson able to connect yet again. Tornadoes defensively there thought they had jarred that ball loose. As extra point coming here, it's Pope. Kick is up and good, so it's 14-3 now. Hawks on top of the Tornadoes. 8:28 to play here, quarter number 2. Stick with us. Season opener for the Brevard College Tornadoes after the Anderson touchdown for the Hawks. Shorter 14, Brevard 3, quarter number 2. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, Brevard College Tornado football season opener. Highly anticipated matchup. Big crowd here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Drum line is drumming. Cheerleaders are cheering. We've got all sorts of student athletes in the house representing a number of sports. Great to see so many Tornado Club members, sponsors of Brevard College Tornado Athletics here as well. We're going to introduce a couple of those new partnerships throughout the broadcast as that kick sails out of bounds as there's a flag. And Tornadoes will benefit from that. So I do want to give a special thanks to Pardee Sports Medicine and Southeastern Sports Medicine for their partnership with Brevard College. They're the official medical providers of the Brevard College Tornadoes. Just a sensational job in the realm of sports medicine. So once again, special thanks, Pardee Sports Medicine and Southeastern Sports Medicine. So Tornadoes will take over after that kick sailed out of bounds. So from the 35, first and 10. Rush up the middle and a gain of 1. Mitchell Yoder, certainly a familiar name to NATO Nation. But he's only able to manage a yard there, Yoder, the senior from Columbus, North Carolina, Polk County High School. And Tornadoes could certainly use a first down to try to get some momentum back here. 2nd and 9 from the 36. Under center is Brooks. Inside rush there, and Shorter is all over it. Devontae Murray with the carry that time. Gavin Garros was the first one there for the Shorter Hawks. And that's going to be a loss of 2. So 3rd and 11 after the tackle for loss by the Hawks. And this is going to create a 3rd and long situation for the NATOs. As Brooks will take the shotgun snap rather. He has DJ Taylor to his right. 2 receivers flanked to the left. Brooks back to pass. Pass rush coming here from Shorter, and that's going to be a quarterback sack by the Shorter Hawks. So sack there by the Hawks. Ware was there for the Hawks, and that'll be another 3 and out, and the Tornadoes will be forced to punt again. Nick Akis able to release that punt. It's a good one, backing up all the way to the 33, able to make the reception there. McGill, the punt returner. So McGill able to set up some strong field position yet again. Koger with the tackle for the Tornadoes. So from the 45, the shorter 45. 6:16 to play here, quarter number 2. Dennis will go back to work for the Hawks. He's connected with Anderson twice. Rush here up the middle. There's a big hole and able to capitalize on it. And still running, breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle, and down all the way to the 16. We'll call it the 17-yard line. A 38-yard rush by Noah Holland. He has been the most productive running back for either team thus far, and a big gainer there, one of the chunk plays that we've seen so far from Shorter. Meanwhile, there's a timeout on the field. Brevard with a timeout with 54 to play here in the second quarter. Well, we mentioned Pardee Sports Medicine and Southeastern Sports Medicine. Also want to give a shout out to Hampton Inn Brevard, the official hotel of the Brevard College Tornadoes. Located just minutes from Brevard College, right next to the entrance of Pisgah National Forest, and Hampton Inn's rooms are just sensational. And what a location. Free breakfast, which will be some great fuel for you as you head from Hampton Inn, either here to Brevard College to watch some of the Tornadoes in action, or perhaps explore Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, Sliding Rock, Looking Glass Falls, the land of the waterfalls here at Transylvania County. Hope you're able to book your stay at Hampton Inn Brevard. Go to Hilton.com and search for Hampton Inn Brevard. Make your reservation today. So 5:54 to play here, quarter number 2. Tornadoes using their first of 3 timeouts here in the second half. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 17 as Dennis will go back to work for the Shorter University Hawks. NCAA Division II, by the way. Brevard, of course, NCAA Division III. Rush here left, able to break tackles and then take on multiple Tornado defenders. Holland once again wrecking havoc, and he's able to make it all the way to the 1-yard line. That's a 16-yard rush, now 1st and goal from the 1. Rush here, and that time Holland is stopped. A big-time stop there. Jake Haig with the tackle. So big-time tackle there for Haig. Five minutes and counting here after the tackle for loss by Haig, and then the Tornado defense able to keep the Hawks out of the end zone again. Holland once again with the carry. Josh Gardner plugging that up. And so that'll bring up 3rd and goal. .422 to play here. Quarter number 2, 3rd and goal. Dennis using the aerial attack yet again. And for the 3rd time today, D.D. Anderson with a touchdown catch. And the Hawks pull ahead now 20-3 pending an extra point. So extra point is good. Hawks 21, Tornadoes 3, 4:13 to play.
probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Isla Family Field, 4:13 to play here. Quarter number 2. And kickoff there returned. This is Mitchell Yoder with the return. Yoder with the first kick return for the Tornadoes of the 2022 season. Tackle there by Artelius Edmond, the freshman from Columbus, Georgia. And Tornadoes will go back to work offensively. See some of that personnel in there for the Tornadoes. Dalton Cole, Brooks, the quarterback, Jonathan Woods in the game as well. Devontae Murray in the backfield. Now Murray in motion. And unable to connect there as Petrie, the intended receiver, Grafton Petrie, sophomore from Orlando, Florida. Looks like Freddie Aiken, the third in the contest. Aiken right there to the left of Brooks. Now Aiken in motion. 2 wide receivers left. Brooks looking for Woods. Overthrew him just a little bit on that slant route. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. 4:01 to play here. Well, really appreciate NATO Nation turning out for this season opener. Great crowd here. And good-looking play there. However, Shorter able to make the play there. DJ Taylor was on the move. And we have an injured player on the field. Take a quick timeout here. 3:40 to play here, quarter number 2.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard.
And punt here from Akis after the injury timeout. And downed right around the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 40. We believe it was Milton Adams, number 21. There's duplicate numbers for Shorter on the number 21, but on the defensive side of the ball, Milton Adams and number 21 for Shorter able to be helped off the field successfully. 3:30 to play here, quarter number 2. It seems like time and time again, Shorter's been starting their drives right around this part of the field. New quarterback for Shorter, that's Harold Cook. And a rush here by Devin Brown. So Brown with the carry as new quarterback in the game for the Hawks. Harold Cook. Koger with the tackle for the Tornadoes. Here's Brown again. Brown able to turn the corner, then take on Dylan James head on, and James able to take him down, but not before a sizable gain by Brown, and another first down for the Hawks. 2:46 to play here, quarter number 2. Cook, carry there. And once again, Brown able to get another significant gain. Jerome Bass with the tackle. Jerome Bass, the senior from Red Springs, North Carolina. Not just a decorated football student athlete, also track and field performer. The thrower, Jerome Bass. As rush here and then bouncing off a Tornado defender was Brown, and then the Tornado was able to bring him down right around the marker. .144 and counting here. 1st and 10. And incomplete. And so turnover there for Shorter after a big-time play by Montrell Stinson, jarring that ball loose. The ball rolls out of the back of the end zone. Fumble, touchback, Tornadoes with the ball. .129 to play here, quarter number 2. .120 to play here. Gainer there by Yoder for the first down. So positive sign there for the Tornadoes. A helmet is off for one of the Tornadoes' offensive linemen. That's Roderick Rucker. We haven't talked much about Rucker. 17 years old, the freshman from Hartwell, Georgia, getting his first collegiate start. He earned this position in training camp, and a big responsibility for Rucker. First collegiate start. Great to see him in there. Meanwhile, 2nd and 12 now from the 30. And into the backfield. That's a big-time tackle for loss as Yoder was brought down by Bordeaux. Now a timeout on the field, 42 seconds left to play. So Tornadoes in kind of an interesting little spot here because 3rd and 15, you certainly want to see if you can generate some offense here, but at the same time, if you give the ball back too quickly, it's going to give the Hawks an opportunity before the end of the first half. Well, really happy you're able to join us. The start of the 2022 football season. Exciting times here on the campus of Brevard College. We are debuting, by the way, the new press box. .42 seconds to play here, quarter number 2. We'll see what the Tornadoes dial up here. Each team with 2 timeouts left. Cedric Brooks with DJ Taylor to his right. There's pressure from Shorter. Brooks eludes it and then trying to find a receiver on the near side here. That was Zachary Orr. But out of bounds, that'll bring up 4th down. So a punt here, and Shorter is going to have an opportunity here before the end of the half as the punt from Akis. And fielded at the 40, fair catch by McGill. So Shorter will have an opportunity here. 27.7 seconds to play here, half number 1. Brevard trailing 21-3. 3 touchdown passes to Anderson. First and 10 from the 40. Cook under pressure by the Tornadoes, and great job there defensively, but then a late flag. Jerome Bass was deep in that backfield along with Toby Naylor. They were all over Cook. And we'll see what the penalty is here. Cook was able to release it, and it's actually going to be intentional grounding on Cook. So great play defensively as far as that pass rush goes, making things very difficult on Cook. Cook, out of absolute desperation, tosses the ball towards his own bench area, and intentional grounding's the call. So march him back from the Tornado standpoint. That's a big loss if you combine the pressure and then the intentional grounding penalty. Big hat tip there to Jerome Bass and Toby Naylor on the pass rush. Rush here, and so it looks like Shorter is going to be content just running out the clock here And we'll head towards halftime as Jerome Bass with that tackle. So Bass starting to get more and more active. Devin Brown had that last carry for the Hawks. The Hawks will take a 21-3 lead into halftime, and Tornadoes will regroup under the direction of head coach Bill Kyatt as both teams head to their halftime locker rooms. Your score at the half, Shorter 21, Brevard 3.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him. He would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
Before I got to Brevard College, I didn't know what experiential learning even was. We have all the rivers, Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, just all the resources are around us. So the location is why environmental studies is so great here.
With experiential learning, it's not always field-based. We do quite a few things in the lab as well, so you get opportunities to do hands-on research in the lab. But whenever possible, when you can get outdoors and see what's actually happening, it's different based on the conditions that are outdoors, and you can never predict those. So a day that it's raining and cold, you're going to see different activity levels among the animals and plants than if it's a day that's sunny and warm. The courses that I teach are all based in the outdoors. My specialty is biodiversity, so I teach a course in biodiversity, but I also teach courses that are unique to the area that are called Plants and Animals of the Southern Appalachians. Here at Brevard College, one of the things that we do really well is interact with these students who are undergraduates in a way that prepares them for graduate programs. That's what we can do at Brevard College. We can get these students who are interested in a particular area, help them find a path that is tying together their interest with what our background, the backgrounds of the professors can do, and then position that student in a way that few undergraduates can be positioned to go on to a graduate program or to go directly into the field.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, Shorter 21, Brevard 3. Let's take a look at some halftime numbers. First downs in favor of Shorter, 16-3. Rushing yards, Shorter with 174 on 30 attempts. Meanwhile, Tornadoes have had trouble getting the ground game going, just 18 yards rushing, 25 yards passing for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, 158 yards passing for Shorter. Total yards, 332 to 43. There's been a couple of turnovers. And third down conversions, that's another Achilles heel of the Tornadoes, 0 for 6. While Shorter has been effective in that category, 4 of 7. Shorter's gone to the red zone 3 times, converted on 2 of those. Individually, Noah Holland has led the way for Shorter on the defensive side. 103 yards rushing on 14 carries. That's an average of over 7 yards per rush. He had a long rush of 38. Devin Brown also got it going on the ground in that first half. 9 for 55. He had a long one of 18. And Justice Durant with 19 yards rushing. Dennis, the quarterback for Shorter, 8 of 12, 130. 3 touchdowns. All 3 touchdowns caught by Dorian Anderson. He has 4 catches. He's been targeted 5 times, 87 yards. Tornadoes offensively, 4 running backs have had carries. Freddie Aiken the third, Mitchell Yoder, DJ Taylor, and Devontae Murray. Yoder and Aiken both busted off rushes of more than 10 yards. Aiken had an 11-yard rush, and Yoder had a 12-yard gainer. Pass receiving, Dalton Cole, Jonathan Woods, Jaden O'Leary, and Dustin Stevens all brought down catches. And defensively for the Tornadoes, Jerome Bass has led the way with 8 total tackles. Also had a sack and a tackle for loss. Dylan James with 7 tackles. Toby Naylor with 7. Wyatt Langford with 5. Stamati Damalos with the long field goal to get the scoring going for the Tornadoes. So that gave the Tornadoes a 3-0 lead way back 11:25 of the first quarter. Tornadoes, however, shut out since. And Shorter was able to get their offense going. So after the 48-yard field goal by Damalos, Shorter able to shut down Tornadoes' offense from that point forward and score 3 times themselves. All 3 passes, connections between Dennis and Anderson, 48 yards, 19 yards, and 2 yards. That last one with 2:03 to play in the half put the Hawks up 21-3. Hawks, of course, from NCAA Division II. Tornadoes from NCAA Division III. And we'll see if the Tornadoes can work their way back into this contest come the second half. About 3:45 to play until we'll get the second half started. Thanks for joining us here at Islamel Family Field. Welcome back to Ives Lamel Family Field, nearing the start of quarter number 3. Shorter with the (21-3) advantage. A 21-0 scoring run by Shorter after the Tornadoes went up 3-0 on the long field goal by Stamati Damalos. And 3 consecutive touchdown strikes, all to the same receiver, Dede Anderson. So Tornadoes headed to their locker room, located in the new field house here at Brevard College, a beautiful part of the experience here for the student athletes. Locker rooms for several sports, not just football, baseball, softball, women's lacrosse, men's and women's soccer, all housed in the field house. As Drumline has returned. Do want to give a shout out to the Drumline under the direction of Nathan Tingler. This year's captain, Mackenzie Douglas, Oreo Ellis, and Kel McLester. Raleigh Durham, Jackson Betzel, Grace Vaught, Elijah Bloom, Caitlin Olive, Ryan Kirby, Savannah Colliver, Jocelyn Mitchell, and Anthony Padillo. The Brevard College Tornado Drumline. So we're about to get started here. Spates will kick things off for the Hawks. Back deep, DJ Taylor along with Mitchell Yoder. It's going to be Yoder. And Yoder fumbles the reception of the kickoff, then able to pick it back up and recover and along the right side. What a recovery by Mitchell Yoder. And Yoder able to make it a gainer. There's a flag on the play. So we'll see what the flag's all about. But quite a recovery there from Yoder. Drops the reception of the second half opening kickoff. Takes a very strange bounce. He's able to gather it back up and then turn the corner and just absolutely was flying down that near sideline before he was forced out of bounds. However, it looks like a holding call, some sort of illegal block by the Tornado, so this thing's coming back. So Tornadoes will start things off here. New quarterback for the Tornadoes, Hayes. Miles Hayes making his Tornado debut at quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 16. Murray in the backfield with Hayes. Hayes keeps it himself. Shorter's there defensively. Hayes continuing to battle. Takes about 5 or 6 Hawks to take down Miles Hayes. Brian Rice leading the way. And Hayes making his Tornado debut. Miles Hayes, the graduate student, transfer from Livingstone out of Northport, Florida, Doral Academy. And Miles Hayes will take over this offense. No gain after all that. Hayes taking on half dozen defenders, it seemed like. Second play from scrimmage here in the third quarter. Hayes back to pass. He's able to find Dalton Cole right up the middle. And Cole leans forward for an extra yard. It's going to be a gain of 5. 3rd and 5 from the 21. So this was the real Achilles heel for the Tornadoes in that first half. 0 of 6 in third down conversions. See if they can stop that trend here. 3rd and 5. The down and distance here from the 21-yard line. 13:26 to play and counting here, quarter number 3. Luis Alvarez split left. Pass is complete, but Shorter is there defensively. And that's going to be a tackle for loss on the complete pass. Eza Kanwanko with the tackle. And once again, Tornadoes unable to convert the third down. Now 0 of 7 in that category. So certainly a major factor in this one. And what's been happening is because of the difficulties converting third downs, we're continuing to see field position go in favor of the Hawks, as it seems like just time and time again they are starting their offensive possessions right around midfield, and that'll be the case once again after a good little roll there after that Akis boot. But ball lands at the 41 ultimately, and that's where Shorter will get started. Dennis back at quarterback. He had a big first half, 8 of 12 for 130 and 3 touchdowns. Noah Holland, who had a big first half as well, is to his right. Dennis, swing pass, screen pass to Holland. Holland has a couple blockers ahead of him, then a nice open field tackle, shaking off the blocker, and then able to drag him down is Tyler Harrison. Nicely done there. Tyler Harrison, certainly a familiar name to NATO Nation, the senior from Franklin, North Carolina, Franklin High School. Gain of 5. Would have been even bigger gain if it wasn't by that effort from Harrison. 11:55 to play. Rush here. Right up the middle. Tornadoes are there defensively. Look at that wall of blue. Trey Williams stopping up that middle of that defense, and that's adding a little bit of energy. But a late flag has come in. We'll see what the flag's all about. Trey Williams, very much the emotional leader of this Tornado defense. And it's going to be a personal foul on the Tornadoes. So tough break there after a big stop there by the Tornadoes defensively. And that's going to be an automatic first down and a sizable chunk of yardage as 15 yards are marched off. Now from the 38-yard line, Shorter will continue their drive. Up 21-3, 11:45 to play. NCAA Division II Shorter University out of Rome, Georgia. Devin Brown in the backfield. Shotgun snap to Dennis. Handoff to Brown. Tackle there. Harrison was there. Also, Luke Dodson getting in on some of the action. So some good defense there against the rush as Brown had the carry. First half, Brown, 9 carries for 55 yards. Holland led the way in the first half, 14 carries for 103. Clock continuing to tick, now under 11 minutes. 2nd and 6 from the 34. Rush and a stop there in the backfield, but what a play fake, meanwhile. Faked everyone out, including the camera person, including this announcer, who thought the ball was in the backfield. And meanwhile, a keeper there from Dennis on the play action, and then he's able to connect with Morlock. Morlock eventually brought down by Stinson. Hey, Stinson had a big play in that first half, by the way, forcing a fumble that went out of the back of the end zone for that takeaway for the Tornadoes defense. Montrell Stinson, the junior from Maiden, North Carolina, Maiden High School. So big third down play here, 3rd and 2 from the 30. A running play through the left side of the offensive line, now cutting back right. And a big gainer there. Harrison able to bring down low eventually. Actually getting a little bit of information. Durant, we believe, is number 19 on offense. Our apologies yet again. The shorter rosters still getting sorted out, it seems like. We were getting last-second updates just before kickoff as far as who was wearing what number, which is often the case as you're heading into first game of the season, juggling huge personnel. Ben Ellis with the tackle there for the Tornadoes. So now 2nd and goal from the 3. Shotgun snap there. Rush right up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown as Holland is able to walk in for his first touchdown of the 2022 season. Holland has the big performer for the Shorter Hawks, and the Hawks able to march down the field, score their 4th consecutive touchdown. So touchdown there by Noah Holland, and now for the extra point, it'll be Pope, the senior. Pope's kick is up, and it's good. So with 8:53 to play here at Islamel Family Field, the season opener for the Brevard College Tornadoes, your score, Shorter 28, Brevard 3. Back here at Islamel Family Field. 8:53 to play here, quarter number 3. Shorter 28, Brevard 3. And back deep here is Mitchell Yoder. And Yoder with an opening. Yoder along the near sideline, taking on a defender. And a big-time kick return there for Mitchell Yoder. Big-time play there, and that got NATO Nation up on their feet as the cowbells are starting to ring here at Islamel Family Field, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what it's all about. This may be coming back, so Yoder was able to find that opening so quickly, just the burst of speed. And looks like this is coming back, though. Still waiting for an exact ruling. It looks like an illegal block. So a clipping perhaps, and meanwhile this will be backed up. So what looked like was going to be the best starting position of the game for the Tornadoes backed all the way up to their own 10. So a tough chore for the NATOs. Miles Hayes with his second possession at quarterback. He hands it off to Yoder. Tackle there by Cedric Lynch Jr. So a first down there. Nice rush there by Yoder. Immediately following the kickoff return where he showed the speed. Very next play from scrimmage, Yoder able to gain 11 and give the Tornadoes a first down. Rush here to the left side, and Shorter able to clog up that hole. It's going to be a nominal gain. Devontae Murray, the ball carrier. Devontae Murray, junior out of Murphy, North Carolina. Murphy High School. Well, congrats again to the Brevard College volleyball team winning their season opener earlier today. We'll try to get you an update. They're playing a second match today as well in Decatur, Georgia. 7:32 to play. Hayes rolls out to his right and able to find the open receiver, Jonathan Woods. Nicely done there. That's Woods' second catch of the day. And another first down for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes starting to get some offense going. So take a look at some of that personnel out there for the Tornadoes. Jonathan Woods, Zachary Orr, Dalton Cole, wide receiver position. Miles Hayes, who got the start here in the second half after Cedric Burks played the first half. In motion, there's Orr. And then a swing pass there to Orr, and big-time open field tackle there by the Shorter defender. Looked like Trey Thomas on that far sideline, the cornerback for Shorter. Big-time tackle there, the sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, Oakleaf High School. 6:30 to play here, quarter number 3. So call it a tackle for loss. 2nd and 11 now from the 35. Split out to the near sideline here. Alvarez, Woods. As rush there up the middle. Also saw Cooper Hogan on the field on that last formation. Hogan, sophomore out of New London, North Carolina, North Stanley High School. Meanwhile, another third down. Here's the riddle that the Tornadoes are trying to solve. Third down conversions. Oh for 7 on the day, looking for their first third down conversion, the Tornadoes. Hayes, back to pass. Able to find an open receiver. That's Jaden O'Leary, the tight end. But it's going to be short of the marker. And this is the part of the field that you might want to think for a moment at least, perhaps go for it. But down by 25 points at the 43. And Tornadoes are going to play the field position game, perhaps for the first time, be able to really pin the Hawks back a bit. 4:52 to play, quarter number 3. And Akis with the punt. It's a boomer from Akis backing up the returner all the way back to the 15 where he makes the fair catch. And, hey, the field position strategy certainly worked. Shorter's going to have to go a long way from right to left. Well, want to thank our sponsors, Arby's, BSN Sports, eGolf, Ford of Brevard, Hampton Inn, Ingalls, Jets Pizza, Party Sports Medicine, Pepsi, Sully Steamers, Triangle Stop in Young Transportation. We appreciate the generous support of our corporate sponsors here at Brevard College on behalf of the 500 student athletes from 18 sports. We'll see if we can bring you some updates from throughout the world of college football as well. Appreciate you spending time with us. A lot going on across the gridiron, across the nation. 4:38 to play here, quarter number 3. Shorter will get things started from their own 15. Dennis continuing his stint at quarterback, and going up high for the catch was Gabriel Hill, and he's brought down on a bang-bang play. tackle there. We believe it was KJ Dagout, sophomore from Mount Holly, North Carolina. So KJ Dagout with that big play, and then Dagout heads to the sidelines here to get a little bit of attention from the training staff. 4:06 to play here, quarter number 3, 2nd and 10. Dennis back to pass. Up the middle, able to connect with Deedle, and that's going to be a first down. The tight end for the Hawks, Stinson, brought him down ultimately, but that's going to move the sticks. Another first down for the Hawks. First downs, Hawks have 19 of them in this contest, Brevard 5. Anderson, who has scored 3 touchdowns, now some late extracurricular along the near sidelines. And now looks like an injured player as well. There was a lot going on there, a lot of shoving. And Anderson trying to bring him down, or several Tornado defenders. And we have an injured player on the field. So we'll take a quick timeout. 3:40 to play here. Shorter 28, Brevard 3.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
So Jock Pledger, the highly decorated cornerback for the Tornadoes, the injured player. Meanwhile, here comes Shorter, and a nifty play there, and able to find the open receiver, Gabriel Hill. And another big gain there. Dennis rolling out, finding the open Hill. Nice piece of offense there from Shorter. Meanwhile, sticks move again. Hawks 28, Tornadoes 3. And Morlock, the tight end for the Hawks, was open momentarily there. Dennis incomplete on the play. Some scores around the world of college football. Appreciate you joining us here. Fourth quarter, NC State 21, East Carolina 14. Michigan in the fourth quarter with a 44-7 lead over Colorado State. See if we can bring you some more scores. Meanwhile, 3:08 to play here, quarter number 3. And off the hands of Devin Lewis, Cam Moore on the coverage. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long. In the first half, Shorter was 4 of 7 on 3rd downs. So over 50%. They've had 1 3rd down attempt here in the second half. That was converted. So they have been doing well in these situations, but a 3rd and long situation here, 3rd and 10. Open receiver, and the catch is made. Who else? D.D. Anderson, who has 3 touchdowns. Able to make that catch, move the sticks. Might have an injured player on the field as well. And that'll stop the clock at 2:54 to play here. Quarter number 3, another first down there by Shorter. Injured player was Josh Gardner. Looks like he's up on his feet and heading to the sidelines. NCAA Division II Shorter with a 28 35-3 lead over the host Brevard College Tornadoes from NCAA Division III member of the USA South Conference. Tornadoes will begin conference play on October 1st. That's actually the next home game as well versus Greensboro right here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Rush here up the middle, and Tornadoes there defensively. All sorts of NATOs getting in on the action there. There is a flag on the field. Tackle there, Andrew Bishop, along with Koger on the tackle. And penalty against Shorter, so they'll march the Hawks back. So we'll replay first down, 1st and 15 from the 28. Pass there, and then an open daylight, and from 28 yards out, a touchdown for Shorter. The Hawks go ahead now 34-3, and a point after touchdown attempt coming as well. Touchdown there, 19 Durant. So another touchdown strike for Dennis. And extra point coming here from Pope. And the point after touchdown is good. So 35-3, Hawks on top. So a 35-3 lead now. So glad you're able to join us. Tornadoes will be back in action on the road for their next two games at the Apprentice School next weekend, September 10th. That's a 1 p.m. start. At Averett on September the 17th. Averett, former USA South Conference foe. Tornadoes make the trip up to Danville, Virginia for that one, 6 p.m. on the 17th. And back here for the conference opener versus Greensboro, Saturday, October 1st. Hey, mark your calendars. Saturday, October 8th, homecoming here at Brevard College when the Tornadoes host Methodist at 2 p.m. here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Well, it's been all Shorter in this one now, 35-3 with 2:09 to play here, quarter number 3. Ball's fielded there at the 4 by DJ Taylor. Taylor continuing to battle up to the 25-yard line. That's where the Tornadoes will get things started offensively. Well, some more scores around the world of college football. Maryland 31, Buffalo 10 in the fourth quarter up in College Park, Maryland. Boston College with a 21-15 advantage over Rutgers in the fourth. And here in the mountains of western North Carolina, a big matchup happening up in Boone. Your score, North Carolina 41, App State 35, 10:35 to play in the fourth. 2:03 to play here, quarter number 3. Hayes continuing his appearance at quarterback, his debut as a Tornado. Pass there, complete. Actually incomplete to Woods, intended for Woods. So it'll be 2nd and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. A few more scores. Delaware 14, Navy 7 in the fourth quarter. Virginia with a 34-17 lead over Richmond in the fourth. Hayes, inside handoff there. Gain of 2. That was Mitchell Yoder with the carry for the NATOs. .85 seconds to play here, quarter number 3. Third and 8. Pass to Dalton Cole in the flat. Cole able to split a couple defenders, and yards after catch there by Dalton Cole. What a performer for the Tornadoes. Cole, if you have been around NATO Nation, you remember his career as a quarterback and then made the shift to tight end and wide receiver and able to make a big effort there. He is being attended to after that first down catch. Big effort there by the senior from Hendersonville, North Carolina, West Henderson High School, and certainly has been a mainstay here for the Tornadoes. So we'll take a timeout with you here on this injury break. Your score, Hawks 35, Tornadoes 3. So nice round of applause for Dalton Cole as he's helped to the sidelines after that big first down effort. So Hayes will take the shotgun snap. Hayes looking for O'Leary, but O'Leary unable to secure the football. Well, we've been mentioning the volleyball team, men's and women's soccer also in action later today on the road. Also, we're gearing up for mountain bike season. Couple of Tornado cyclists were over in France for the World Championships, so shout out to Cole Punchard and Owen Clark. Was able to catch up with Owen on campus a couple days ago, and sounds like he had a fantastic experience. And fall sports in full swing. Volleyball with a win earlier today over Toccoa Falls, 3-1. Penalty there on the Tornadoes. That's going to back them way up. Hayes at quarterback. We'll call it 2nd and 21. Rush here to DJ Taylor, and you can see the speed of that shorter defense covering a lot of ground there from side to side. Tornadoes women's soccer will be at Bluefield College later today in Bluefield, Virginia. Then the men's soccer team under the lights in Winston-Salem at Carolina University this evening. And by the way, the Tornadoes football program, for the first time in program history, a JV program. Over 170 total student athletes on the football roster, JV and varsity combined, and the JV program now underway. Martin Bayless will head up that program. So the JV program will get things started tomorrow with a game in Columbia, South Carolina at Palmetto Prep Academy. So if you're down that way, you may want to just check out the Tornadoes. That's a 2 p.m. start. They'll also host a couple games here, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. So we'll head to quarter number 4 with your score, Hawks 35, Tornadoes 3. Back to action here at Islamel Family Field, and on the move there, pass was complete to Orr, Hayes to Orr on that 3rd and long situation. However, Shorter able to make the stop. Gibson with the tackle, Diedric Gibson. And that'll bring up a punting situation for the Tornadoes. Nick Akis. And Akis lets it fly. And a good-looking punt there. 44 yards for Nick Akis on the boot. And so that'll back up Shorter. Well, an exciting year ahead for the Tornadoes. You know, certainly not going the way they had hoped for today. They are playing NCAA Division II competition. Can't emphasize that enough. Shorter defeated Tornadoes last season as well in Rome, Georgia, on Shorter's home field. The Tornadoes will be back in action next week at the Apprentice School. And certainly a lot to look forward to with this year's team. Quarterback for Shorter, Harold Cook, has entered the game. And Cook promptly able to find an open receiver. So big first down play, or check that, he actually stepped out of bounds a couple yards short of the marker. So it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 28 after the Cook completion. Cook now back to pass. Able to find a receiver. Deedle, one of those tight ends for the Hawks. So the Tornadoes, 8 all-conference selections, 3 all-region honorees, 2 Cliff Harris Award nominees, all returning to this year's team. A lot of familiar names from all the recent success for the Tornadoes football program. Rush here, and bouncing to the left, and then eventually taken down just before the 50-yard line. Shorter their season continues with a stretch of 3 straight home games at Catawba College, at Albany State, these are all home games, Catawba College, Albany State, and Valdosta State, all at home, and then at West Alabama to start the month of October. Rush here to the left, looking up ahead, and catch is made. There is a flag on the field. Flag came down way over here on the near sideline. D.D. Anderson had that reception. Kentrell Holloway with the tackle. Penalty will be against Shorter as they're backed up. Kentrell Holloway, the sophomore defensive back out of Roxborough, North Carolina, Person High School. Pass. Able to find the open receiver, Cook. Able to land that in the breadbasket of Gabriel Hill. Hill able to turn the corner and turn that into a first down for the Hawks. .12:25 to play here. Quarter number 4. Rush up the middle. And that'll be a gain of 3. So it'll bring up 2nd and 7. Durant, number 19. With the rush. And an injured player on the field, so we'll take a timeout with them. 12:12 to play. Hawks 35, Tornadoes 3.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard.
Back underway here. Toby Naylor's helped off the field on his own power after that injury timeout. Durant with the carry. Tackle by Zion Bargelo. Members of NATO Nation may remember Bargelo, big part of that offensive line the last couple years. Well, Bargelo is now playing on the defensive side. Bargelo, the linebacker, he made the request himself. And Bargelo specifically said, I want to start laying some hits instead of protecting all the time, and wants to get on the defensive side to get in on the action. So Bargelo now on the defensive end, and great to see him in on a tackle. Well, today started very muggy. High humidity, very high for up here in the mountains, and on and off rain. Currently, cloudy skies, 75 degrees after Pledger able to make a play there. Good to see Pledger back on the field after coming off due to injury earlier. Pass complete there to Kyle Morlock. Jameel George with the tackle. George, the junior from Dallas, Georgia, North Paulding High School. So currently it's 75 degrees, cloudy skies. The precipitation did end just before kickoff, which is fortuitous for the audience here. And great crowd here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Rush there, and down at the 10-yard line, Eli Everhart bringing down Brown. Devin Brown with the carry. Everhart, the senior linebacker from Thomasville, North Carolina. He's a transfer from Averett. We mentioned Averett earlier. Tornadoes will play them in a couple weeks. And Everhart out of East Davidson High School. There's a flag on the field. 35-3, 10:02 to play here, quarter number 4. So I want to give a special thanks to Hampton Inn Brevard, the official hotel of the Brevard College Tornadoes, located just minutes from Brevard College and at the entrance of Pisgah National Forest. What a place to stay. Free hot breakfasts to get you all fueled up for either a day of tornado athletics action here on the campus of Brevard College or perhaps a day in Pisgah National Forest, Sliding Rock, Looking Glass Falls, the land of the waterfalls here at Transylvania County. Go to www.hilton.com. Search for Brevard Hampton Inn as pass there to the back corner of the end zone. That's going to be another touchdown for Shorter. Dearden with the catch as Cook was able to connect there. And 6 more points for the Hawks. And the Hawks well in control of this one. Now at 41-3. Pope will march out on the field for the extra point. Pope, the senior from Lincoln, Alabama, Lincoln High School. And kick is up. And good. So your score 42-3. Hawks on top of the Tornadoes. Well, special thanks to Pardee Sports Medicine and Southeastern Sports Medicine for their partnership with Brevard College, the official medical providers of the Brevard College Tornadoes. Appreciate their support. Well, this Tuesday night, right here at Islamel Family Field, Brevard College women's soccer will be back in action. The Tornadoes will host Warren Wilson. So the crosstown rivals, Warren Wilson, heads to Brevard College and Islamel Family Field. All the action begins at 6 p.m. We'd love for you to join us here at Islamel Family Field. If you're unable to join us, we'll be bringing you the action right here on this YouTube channel. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit that little bell so you receive all the notifications of when the Tornadoes go live. So 42-3, Hawks on top of the Tornadoes. 9:55 to play here, quarter number 4. Kickoff here, and bit of a miscue there, and that's going to result in very difficult field position for the Tornadoes. Well, Tornadoes volleyball, we mentioned them, the big win today over Toccoa Falls to open up their season under the direction of interim head coach Abby Pardee. Well, Tornadoes will be in action at the Boshamer Gymnasium on September the 16th when Tornadoes will host Huntington for their home opener, part of the Tornado Classic. Bunch of games both on Friday the 16th and Saturday the 17th. Hope you can join us at the Boshamer Gymnasium. 9:53 to play here, quarter number 4. Inside handoff. And able to get a little more breathing room. Freddie Aiken III, the ball carrier. Senior from Hardeeville, South Carolina, John Paul II High School. Men's soccer, kind of an interesting schedule for men's soccer. They open first 6 games on the road before returning home here to Islamel Family Field Wednesday, September 21st for a matchup versus Berea. Mark your calendars. Rush here up the middle, and another few yards. This time Yoder. Check that. Actually, Devontae Murray with the carry. Well, if you haven't done so already, make sure you follow the Tornadoes on social media at BC Tornadoes on Instagram and Twitter. And be sure to like the Brevard College Tornado Athletics Facebook page. We'll be bringing you all the updates there. Rush here to the right side. Couple more yards there. Short of the marker, so Hayes with the keeper there. We've seen Miles Hayes at quarterback the entire second half. Graduate student from Northport, Florida. But yard shy of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down. They were able to get a little more breathing room there for Akis, who's going to still have to punt from his own end zone. Punt returner for Shorter. And Tornadoes were there on coverage and very elusive. Pledger was the first man down the field. There's a flag on the play. Brandon McGill, the punt returner out of Albany, Georgia, Monroe Comprehensive High School. Meanwhile, injured player, it looks like Pledger's down. That's the second time today. He's needed some medical attention out there on the field. Well, do want to give a shout out to all of our first responders and frontline workers. Today was Hometown Heroes Day at the Eyes Lamel Family Field for Brevard College football. Big day of honoring these important first responders. Appreciate them and several of them who were able to come out here to the contest. Did you know we have a kid zone at the Brevard College home football games? The Family and Kid Tornado Twisters Fun Zone located in the tailgate lot. So bring out your tornadoes of all ages and enjoy fun on these Tornado football Saturdays. So injury timeout continuing here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. 7:39 to play. Hawks 42, Tornadoes 3. We'll take a break with them.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
So Jock Pledger helped off to the sidelines. Nice round of applause for one of the more decorated student athletes in Brevard College Tornado history. 7:39 to play here, quarter number 4. Rush here to the right side. Looked like Terrell Owens. Another run play, this time Owens yet again. Grimes, Obadiah Grimes with his first collegiate tackle. The freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Walnut Grove High School. Well, I want to give a big shout out once again to the Spirit Squad here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. The drum line, drum captain Mackenzie Douglas, Oreo Ellis and Kel McClester on snares, Raleigh Durham and Jackson Betzel on tenors. Bass drum, Grace Vaught, Elijah Bloom, Caitlin Olive and Ryan Kirby, and Savannah Colliver, Joshua Mitchell and Anthony Padillo on the cymbals under the direction of Nathan Tingler. 6:15 to play here. There's another rush there. Tackle there by Koger. So that'll bring up a third down. See if the Tornadoes can get a stop here. Rush here. And able to make the stop there yet again. It's Kogan stopping Owen, so good stop there on third down. James Woods getting some action for the Tornadoes defensively. Meanwhile, field goal attempt here. It'll be from 43 yards out. Kick is up and good. So successful field goal there. Brett Bardenwerper, the senior, able to split the uprights. 45-3 now. Hawks on top. Back to action here at Islamel Family Field. 4:55 to play. Hawks 45, Tornadoes 3. Well, do want to also let you know who is on the cheerleading roster this year. Big part of the Spirit squad as well. Seniors Bethany Bryan and Aaron Butts. Juniors Maggie Cox, Anna Irvin, Madison Henson. Sophomore Emma Reese. And also junior Nisa Rosales. Freshman Tiffin Jacobs, Christine Keever, and Cameron Long, the Brevard College cheerleading team under the direction of head coach Chandler Ryan. Kick here, and miffed, and then picked up again. We've seen this a couple times by the kickoff returners of the Tornadoes, as DJ Taylor made something out of nothing. There's a flag on the field, some extracurricular, so perhaps some frustrations coming out. And we'll get that all sorted out. 4:48 to play here, 45-3. Vandiver making the special teams tackle for Shorter. It's going to be offsetting penalties. So Brevard will start things off their own 20. Hayes at quarterback. Dustin Stevens in the backfield, now in motion. Hayes goes the other direction, able to find Deshaun Curtis for the reception. Deshaun Curtis, the junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Jack Britt High School, able to make a catch there. Garros with the tackle for the Hawks. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5 from the 25, 4:23 to play, fourth quarter. Hayes able to find a receiver in the flat. That's Cooper Hogan. Hogan's knocked out of bounds by Vandiver. Hogan the sophomore from New London, North Carolina, North Stanley High School. Well, Tornadoes under the direction of head coach Bill Kyatt, the general manager and a special assistant for defense and special teams coordinator. Also handling player development is Martin Bayless, assistant head coach, offensive line coach Everett Lindsay. 3:40 to play here, quarter number 4. Pass in the flat, and able to break a tackle there. Very nicely done. Once again, Cooper Hogan. Shane Nelson is the defensive coordinator. Also handles inside linebackers. Garrett Kruzik, the pass game coordinator. Josh Romero, outside linebackers coach. Jake Wellenhofer, special teams coordinator. Nick Eubanks is the defensive line coach. Rashad Nelson, wide receivers coach. Ladarius Wiley, defensive backs. 2nd and 6 from the 38. Shotgun snap to Hayes. Handoff. Chancellor Lee Parker on the move. Chancellor Lee Parker, another one of those exciting newcomers. Chancellor Lee Parker is a transfer from up the road, Mars Hill University. Auburn, Georgia native. And just short of the marker, so it's going to be 3rd and a yard for the Tornadoes as time ticks away here, 2:32 to play. The rest of that coaching staff for the Tornadoes, Brandon Crawford, assistant defensive line, Grant Holmstrom, assistant quarterbacks coach, Dalen Curtis, assistant O-line, and special assistant to the head coach, defensive analyst John Burton III. Pass here in the flat. And able to shake a defender and convert the first down. Nicely done. Jaden O'Leary able to make some positive yardage there. First down, a 3rd down conversion, but all academic at this point, 45-3, Shorter in control. Now under 2 minutes to play. Pass there and able to make the connection to Luis Alvarez. So good to see Alvarez getting in on the action. The junior from Guadalupe, Arizona. Marcos de Niza High School. Injured player on the field. Well, let's take another look around the world of college football, see where we're at with these noon Eastern time games that started. Several within the state here of North Carolina that fans are most certainly interested in. NC State with a 21-20 lead with 2:48 to play in the 4th quarter at East Carolina. That's a more bitter rivalry than most people realize, NC State and East Carolina. Those two fan bases get after each other. Meanwhile, a thriller up in Boone. Appalachian State 49, North Carolina 49, with 4 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. So App State and North Carolina all knotted up at 49 late in the 4th quarter. Upset alert, Bowling Green on top of UCLA 70-10, but that's early in the 2nd. Meanwhile, back to action here. 90 seconds to play here, 4th quarter. Pass there, complete to Jonathan Woods. So Hayes, the grad student, able to find Woods, fellow grad student. Woods out of Harvest, Alabama. Spent time at Alabama A&M. Now a member of the Brevard College Tornadoes. 84 seconds to play here in regulation. Hayes, deep shot to Woods. And broken up. So the shorter defense able to handle that deep shot. Vandiver, we've called his name a bunch here in the second half, was there on the coverage. Also Justin Izakwanko. 1:18 to play, 3rd and 2. Hayes takes the snap. And trying to connect there with Zachary Orr, but incomplete. Zachary Orr, the junior from Charleston, South Carolina, West Ashley High School. And that'll bring up a 4th down. We'll see what the decision here. Timeout by the Brevard College Tornadoes. Well, Brevard will be back in action next week with a trip to the apprentice school. That's a 1 p.m. start on September the 10th. At Averett on September the 17th. An off week, and then back here at home versus Greensboro on October the 1st. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff. Homecoming is October the 8th, 2 p.m. versus Methodist. Also home games versus LaGrange and the newest member of the USA South Football Conference, Belhaven, coming to town on November the 5th for Senior Day. So off the timeout, looks like the Tornadoes will go for it here. 4th and 2 from the 35. Fourth and 2. Nifty little play there, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Tornadoes. Dustin Stevens able to move the chains. The sophomore from just up the road, Cullowhee, North Carolina, Smoky Mountain High School. So nice gainer there. His career long in a Tornado uniform. Dustin Stevens, and a nifty play call there off the timeout. 1:08 to play here. 4th quarter, 45-3 Hawks. Hayes rolls right and then throws back the other way, finding Stevens again. And Stevens able to gain about 3 yards. As we're under a minute to play here, winding down here at Ives Lamel Family Field in this 2022 season opener. Appreciate you all tuning in for this one. Did not go the way the Tornadoes had hoped, but playing against a formidable opponent in Shorter, NCAA Division II, and was looking for Stevens. Stevens absolutely lays out to try to reel in that Hayes offering. Incomplete, 3rd and 8. Well, go to bctornadoes.com for all your news, scores, stats, and information on the Tornadoes, and keep up with Brevard all season long. And come pay us a visit one of these days up here in the mountains of western North Carolina. We'd love to see you. Leaf season right around the corner as the summer turns to fall. So even actually already seeing some color here at Brevard College. 3rd and 8 here from the 19. Hayes back to pass. Finds an open receiver, but unable to connect. Looked like Alvarez on that far side. So it'll be another field goal attempt for Stamati Damalos. Stamati, one of the top kickers in all of NCAA Division III. He was in the conversation at the end of last year for an Associated Press All-American nod. And this year, amongst other accolades, certainly in the running at the start of this season, one of the best kickers in the nation. Kick up here is good. That one from 36 out, so 2 for 2 on the afternoon. And Stamati able to split the uprights. And your score now, Hawks 45, Tornadoes 6. Well, want to thank all those behind the scenes who helped make today's broadcast happen. Several members of the Brevard College men's lacrosse program under the direction of head coach J.D. LeMay. These guys are ready. I've been watching them with some off-season workouts, work hard at right here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Can't wait to see them in action this spring. Also members of the women's lacrosse team, likewise working hard here in the fall, on and off the field, and ready to get things going in the spring with them as well. Want to thank them. Also want to thank our public address announcer, Ray Gill. Several of our coaches, Coach Hudson, Coach Patrick, Coach Rosado, Coach Tomasabi, all helping behind the scenes. And kick return here. Durant, we believe, had the return there. We apologize if there's any uniform misidentification on the shorter side. We did receive a couple very late roster changes. We had to try to sort it all out, but hopefully able to get everything right for you here for the broadcast. 12 seconds to play. On this Saturday afternoon of Labor Day weekend. And victory formation for shorter. And time will tick away. Shorter under the direction of Zach Morrison as he heads to midfield. 1-0 now, the Shorter Hawks, and Tornadoes 0-1 to start the season as head coach Bill Kyatt heads out to shake hands with head coach Zach Morrison of the Shorter University Hawks. Well, stick around. We'll bring you all the final numbers and recap of today's game, the 2022 season opener for the Brevard College Tornadoes. Stick with us. We'll bring you more from Ives Lamel Family Field. Your final score, Hawks 45, Tornadoes 6. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, your final score, Hawks 45, Tornadoes 6. Shorter was led offensively by Dennis, their quarterback. He was 16 of 23 for 4 touchdowns. Cook backed up Dennis, and he went 6 for 6 with a touchdown as well. Noah Holland, leading rusher, 16 carries, 108 yards and a touchdown. Also, Devin Brown had 12 carries for 77 yards. Receiving, D.D. Anderson, 6 catches, 104 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So Shorter able to get it done on the offensive end. It all adds up to 45 points. Tornadoes, all their scoring came from Stamati Damalos. 2 successful field goals. Great start to his season. Tornadoes struggled quite a bit offensively. Cedric Brooks was the starting quarterback. He went 4 of 11 in the first half. Miles Hayes played the second half at quarterback. He went 14 of 20 with 83 yards. Leading rusher for the Tornadoes was Mitchell Yoder with 24 yards. Freddie Aiken had 19, including a long of 12. Yoder's long was 12 yards as well. Dustin Stevens, in his Tornado debut, 2 carries for 18 yards, the long of 14. Jonathan Woods, the leading receiver, 3 catches for 28 yards. Dalton Cole also had 3 catches for 23 yards. And other receivers included Deshaun Curtis, Stevens, Cooper Hogan, Jaden O'Leary, who had 4 catches, Zachary Orr, and Luis Alvarez, all with receptions. Nick Akes had a busy day, 9 punts with a long of 44. Yoder and DJ Taylor each had 3 kick returns. Defensive leaders for the Tornadoes, 11 tackles for Jerome Bass, including a sack and a tackle for loss. Wyatt Langford had 7 tackles. Toby Naylor had 10 tackles, including 5 solo. Also, multiple tackles for Gardner, Koger, Willis, Manuel the fourth, Ernest Smith the second, Reese Rubio, R.J. Everett, Jock Pledger, Trey Williams, all with multiple tackle performances as well. Well, the Tornadoes will be back in action next week as they hit the road at the Apprentice School. Then they'll play at Averett in Danville, Virginia on September the 17th. Off week, and then back here at home on October the 1st versus Greensboro. That's a 2 p.m. start here at Ives Lamel Family Field. And homecoming October the 8th at 2 p.m. Congrats again to the BC volleyball team for their season opening win over Toccoa Falls in Decatur, Georgia. Best of luck to the men's and women's soccer teams this evening, and also the JV team for football with their first game in program history tomorrow at Palmetto Prep Academy in Columbia, South Carolina. And join us this Tuesday night, 6 p.m. here at Ives Lamel Family Field, Brevard College women's soccer, as the Tornadoes host the Owls of Warren Wilson. Well, I want to thank you all once again for joining us for this edition of Brevard College Tornado Football. Thank you to all those behind the scenes who help make things happen, including members of the Brevard College men's lacrosse program, members of the Brevard College women's lacrosse program, PA announcer Ray Gill, Joseph Marvin, Roya Tomasabi, and a cast of thousands here at Brevard College. And thank you for tuning in. Once again, we'll be bringing you all the action all season long, every home game for the Tornadoes, right here on this YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell to receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live. I'm Phil DeMontmollin, your final score for the final time. Shorter 45, Brevard 6. Go Tornadoes.